Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fox and I'm so excited to be back with another Sims 4 speed building video. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. It is a bit of a long video, so make sure you grab yourselves a beverage and sit back and relax. We are building in the new world of San Sequoia, which is the world we got with the Growing Together expansion pack. I have been so excited for this expansion pack. I have spoken about this on my Instagram and I think here on YouTube, how excited I was for the infant update and also for this expansion pack. So I'm so excited. It's finally out. I've been working on this build since it was released. This was the first lot that I loaded into and I deleted the beautiful house that was already here. And I felt really bad about it, but I just wanted to build and this was just the first lot that I clicked on, so I went with it. I've called this one the Cramped Craftsman because that was the style that I was going for. I've never built a Craftsman style house before, and I don't think I've seen a true Craftsman style, so you guys will have to let me know if you think I did a good job or not. But it's called Cramped because I packed the bedrooms in to this one, so it doesn't look very big. Well, at least to me it doesn't look very big, the shell of it, but I managed to get 7 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms in this one, plus we obviously have a dining, kitchen and living room. The bedrooms are decorated for a set of parents, a newborn, which is basically an object baby, an infant, a toddler, 2 child Sims, a teen, and then a guest bedroom. So there are 7 bedrooms because the children Sims share a bedroom, which I love their room. It's super cute. But I wanted to include a guest bedroom because one of the features coming in this expansion pack is the ability to have stayovers and sleepovers. So I thought for gameplay it would be really nice to have a guest bedroom. So it's decorated with a double bed, so you could technically fit more Sims in here if you wanted to, but I just wanted it to be set up for when guests want to come over, so that's what I did. But you'll see here that the shape of the build is slowly coming together. I unfortunately forgot how to do the style of roofing that I was trying to do here, so please forgive the atrocity that you see here now. I do fix it up mostly off camera. I don't know why I could not work it out. I had it right at one point and then it kept looking wrong, so I kept changing it, but I do fix it in the end, so rest assured the roof line ends up looking as it should, and it doesn't have these weird overhanging pieces that it does now. But this build is completely base game and growing together, so I just wanted to do a pack restricted build for my first one, because I really wanted to showcase the items that come with the pack, and also I didn't want it to be inaccessible for lots of people. So if you only have base game and you're looking at getting the Growing Together pack, this is probably the perfect build for you. You can see everything that comes with the expansion, and if you get it, you can download it and play in this house without having to purchase any other packs. So I will be doing some non-pack restricted builds in this world, but just for the first one, I just really wanted to explore what the pack had to offer. And to be honest, I didn't really I noticed that there was obviously a lot of things missing, but I didn't really miss anything except for clutter items. I struggled a bit with like general clutter items, there's sort of my go-to items from different packs that obviously when I build without, I notice that they're missing, but I think that this pack holds its own. It's got enough items in it, in enough different styles to be able to build a full house with just base game and this pack. And I did predominantly use like all the new items that come in this pack. I did spend some time scrolling through the catalog and just making sure that I had every item in this house. So even the wallpapers and everything are all from this new pack, and I love this blue color. I wanted to do the whole house in the blue color, but I thought it was a bit too much, so I do change it out and add some of the cream sliding and some of the stone texture as well. I think, now that I'm thinking about it, I think the only thing that I didn't include in this one was the fireplace, and that's because I didn't have room for it in the living space. It, as I said, it's called Cramped for a reason. The rooms, I wouldn't say the bedrooms are small, but the living room, kitchen and dining room, they're probably more on the smaller side, but I actually quite enjoy that. I think that this family, well, the family that I envision living here, have probably, you know, had to make do with the space that they had with all of the children that they've ended up having. So I love this house. I love how it turned out. I'm so happy with it. I spent a really, really long time on it. I think I have like over 10 hours of raw footage for this one, and I spent some time off camera too, working on it, making sure that everything was perfect the way I wanted it to look, and that I wasn't missing any detail, because when you build so often, it is easy to sometimes miss things or overlook things and just not remember certain things. But I spent a really long time just making sure this house was absolutely perfect, and I had so much fun from start to finish building this one. I was just so excited and just picturing the family that was living here, and envisioning like their personalities and all of that. So I think I probably will create the family that I imagine living here, and with all of the new features that come with the pack, with the conversation topics and like personality, like the extra personality. I wouldn't say traits, but I'm going to call them traits because I can't think of what they're actually called, but all the new like little personality traits and bits and bobs that we got, I'm excited to implement them into my games. So I think I will probably play in this house myself because I love it so much. It's just so adorable, and yeah, I'm really happy with everything that we got in this pack as well, except for one thing. There is a specific, I can't talk today, guys. There is a specific plant item that is like 4 different plants. I'll point it out when I pull it out of the catalog, but it's like 4 plants and they're locked together and they didn't give us them separately, and it frustrates me. I think they did the same thing to us with Jungle Adventure, and then I don't know, did they eventually separate them? I don't know, but they need to separate them because there is like a plant that is just so beautiful and I wanted to use it everywhere, and it just didn't work because it's locked and it's tied to 3 other plants, and the separation is really wide, so it doesn't fit into specific places that you want it to, and it's just a bit of a disappointment because it's such a beautiful item, and it's such a beautiful like indoor plant that it would really, really make it, I don't know, it would be my favorite plant if it was separate from the other ones. But I'll point that out when I do pull it out. As I said, right now we are working on the landscaping. I kind of wanted it to feel really like natural, so I used some of these pink flowers and I kind of sized them up and down, and layered them on top of each other to make it look like they were growing, or they were like overgrown and a bit more natural than just placing the same plant over and over again. I wanted it to feel a bit textured and a bit different. So I hope that I achieved that. I really like the way that it looks. I actually saw another Sims creator do this in one of their speed builds, and I just fell in love with the idea. I'm trying to think who the creator was. I watch a lot of videos. I think it was Simple Cheeks. I'll link their channel down below because their speed builds are beautiful, and they definitely inspired my landscaping in this one, which I think this is probably one of the best landscaped builds I've done in a really long time, other than my werewolves build, which I'm super proud of still. But I just really enjoy this one. I think it looks really natural and believable, I guess, that the landscaping looks like this. But yeah, there's lots of landscaping. I kept it all in. As I said, it is a bit of a longer video, but I wanted to include everything. I didn't want to cut too much out and have you guys miss out on seeing any of the detail from the pack or from the build. And I don't know, I really enjoy watching landscaping. It's probably one of my favorite things to do in builds is landscaping and exterior, so I try to include as much of it as I possibly can. And I don't think that this is too repetitive, but you guys will have to let me know if you like watching landscaping or not. But I enjoy doing the landscaping, so I enjoy watching it back. But yeah, I don't know, I'm just overall super happy with how this one turned out. And just sitting here thinking now too, I also didn't include a tree house in this one, but that's just because I didn't have the room. You definitely could remove this tree at the front here and put the tree house item in the front. It's not actually like a full tree house when you pull it out of the catalog. It's like the rocket where you have to have your Sims build it, so it's more of like a gameplay feature. And I didn't think that it looked very good with the boxes. Like, it has boxes next to it, and I just didn't think that it looked really good. So the option was that I could have my Sims come in and build it, so it was already pre-built. But then I felt like I'd be taking away a major gameplay feature, so I just didn't include it. But if you wanted to have a treehouse and have your Sims family build a treehouse together, then the tree at the front, you could remove that and you would have space to build it there. And I think it would look really good built like out the front. I think it would look really, really cute. So that's definitely an option if you wanted to have that in your family's home. But I think what I am going to do is I am going to include like a park build soon, and I think I'll put a tree house, like a fully built tree house at the park, because I think that'd be really, really cute. I've been wanting to build a few more community lots, but I was waiting for this pack to come out before I did so, because I think that there's a lot of really nice items and like features in this pack that will be really useful for community lots. Like, obviously we have the new rec center lot type, which I haven't explored yet, so I don't want to comment on too much. But we've got the new like splash pads and things like that, which obviously again didn't include in this one because they just didn't fit within the build, I guess. I don't know, but there's new splash pads, there's obviously new treehouse features and game tables and things like that, so I think that they will be really nice to add at a park. And I really wanted to build a park the other week, but I just couldn't, knowing that this pack was coming out, so I'm excited to finally be able to do that. But yeah, we are moving on into the backyard landscaping again. Lots of layering plants on top of each other and just trying to make it feel like a natural sort of garden would. And this yard is quite small, but I do get enough out here, I think, to make it like a usable space. So because I purchased the pack within a certain period of time, I was able to get this swing set here. This is an exclusive like pre-order item. I think you can only get this if you have purchased the pack before April, sometime in April. I cannot remember the actual date, but I'm pretty sure that it's like an exclusive pre-order item, kind of like what they did with Cottage Living and the bike, I believe. There's a bike that came with that pack that was like a pre-order item. I don't know how I feel about pre-order items. Obviously, exclusive content is always like nice, but for those that miss out or, you know, can't afford to get the pack at that particular moment, or, you know, new Sims players that, you know, don't start playing until much later, kind of miss out on some really nice content. So I don't really know how I feel about it, but there was that. There was the swing set. There was also a toddler slide, which again I do include in this one because I just wanted to use all the items and I was super excited, but I will try and refrain from using them all the time just to make it like more accessible, I guess, for everyone that might not have gotten the pack early enough. But right now I was just super excited to have my hands on the pack and I wanted to use everything. But yeah, I don't know, I wish they would not do that, I guess, because it does make it really difficult for people that can't get the pack right away or that don't start playing The Sims till later. They kind of miss out on the option to get them. So you'll see here that we did jump a little bit and the roof has slightly changed, and this is where I kind of fixed it up off camera a little bit, which I'm so thankful that I did and figured it out finally in the end. It was bothering me, like unbelievably bothering me to no end. So I'm glad I figured out how to fix it. You'll see that the flower pots have also changed to blue. They do go back to yellow because I felt like the yellow just stood out a little bit more and was a bit more interesting. So yeah, the roof changes quite a lot. This build goes through quite a few changes. I just, yeah, kind of was winging it as I was going along, so I didn't have any reference pictures or any sort of plan. So it does go through a lot of changes, and I do make changes as I'm sort of like decorating the interior as well. So I did the floor plan off camera for the same reason that I just struggled with it. It took me a really, really long time, and I was really hesitant at first with how small the like living spaces were. So yeah, I don't know. You guys will have to let me know what you think, but I really like how it turned out in the end. It was one of those builds that didn't feel right until it sort of like come together at the end. So I was really happy with the exterior. I love the exterior. I think this is like one of my favorite styles to build in, and so I think I'll try and do more of this kind of style in the future. But the interior was much smaller than I'm used to. I tend to build things probably a little bit too big, I think, a lot of the time, where I have so much space to fill in that it's kind of difficult to do so. But with this one, it was kind of like I didn't have enough space to fit all of the items that I wanted to, so it was a bit of a different struggle, but do get there in the end. And yeah, so at the back here we get a chess table. I do put the new games table that we got. I put that out in a little paved area with a barbecue and a table. I really struggled with this long sort of porch area and finding things that I wanted to include, like decoration and rugs and things like that. It was a bit of a struggle. I felt a little bit limited with the exterior decoration. Like, as I said, missing those staple clutter pieces that I'm used to using. But we get there in the end. And yeah, you'll see there that is the Toddler slide that I just pulled out briefly, and I do pull it out again. I was just kind of going through the menu and sort of thinking, what can I add out here? I wanted it to be really like gameplay friendly and family friendly, so I do have the games table, the barbecue, as I said. I pop an easel out here. We have the swing set, chess table, and then I also include a dollhouse, a toy box. Completely went blank then for a second. A toy box and the new slide as well. Just because I felt like this family would spend a lot of time outside barbecuing and having, the grandparents over, and sort of everyone would be outside together, just enjoying the sunshine. This world is beautiful. I haven't actually done any gameplay yet because I've just been focusing on this build, but I don't know what the weather is like if you have seasons, because seasons obviously adds rain and all of those good things, weather, to the game. So not sure if it's always sunny here, but it was beautiful. The lighting was beautiful. I had so much fun building in this world. I think just because the lighting's just so great, and it was great on all sides as well. It was like the perfect color. It was just amazing. So you'll see there that I just pulled out a couple of the new bikes, the kids bikes that we got. They're so cute. I cannot wait to be able to use them. But we have finally now moved on to the interior. The kitchen is where we start, where I always start. I feel like the kitchen really helps me set the tone for the rest of the build. I feel like the kitchen's the heart of the home. So if I usually try and start in the kitchen, and if I can't, I will start in the lounge room, because it's kind of like the same thing. Like those two rooms kind of really set the tone for the rest of the house. So we use obviously base game counters in here and cabinets, and we use the new stove and fridge and range hood, which I use them in this beautiful blue color with like the chrome, it's not chrome, copper. Copper, my gosh. The copper like handles and everything, and I just love them so much. Definitely my new favorite stove and fridge set. They're just absolutely beautiful, and the colors are beautiful. The new tiles, the herringbone tiles, these ones that we got, are just absolutely stunning. I do believe I changed the white to like more of the cream color in the end. Again, this house goes through like a lot of changes as I was building and just like discovering the pack, because I didn't actually look through the build by catalog before I started building. I just kind of jumped straight in and wanted to discover everything as I was building, which honestly left me with kind of a bit of a choppy video to try and edit. But I was just having so much fun. I was just so excited for this pack that I just didn't really want to plan anything out. Usually when I build, I will have a look at the pack first that I'm building with, if I am doing like pack restricted or anything. Or if it's a new pack, I'll kind of like look at the items first, or like watch other videos from other creators and things like that. But I didn't do that with this one. I just jumped straight in. I didn't even watch any of the other like videos or speed builds from other creators or anything like that, because I just didn't want to ruin the experience for myself, I guess. So I was just completely just new, and everything was just exciting as I was exploring it. So really happy that I did that. As I've said 1,000 times probably already, I really love everything in this pack. It is absolutely beautiful, everything that we got. We did get like a mix match bunch of items. We got some more like contemporary modern sort of furniture, and then we kind of got some more like, I don't know what, like it feels like community lot items, which makes sense because we did get the new rec center, so it's obviously a lot of furniture that would go into like a public sort of space, but it felt a little bit weird when I was looking at all of it. I think I use both of like the couch sets that we got. So there's this one here that I'm pulling out, which is I guess a bit like more modular sort of furniture, and then there's like a more older, not older style, but like, I don't even know what to describe it as, but you'll see that because I do put that in the parents' bedroom, the other couch. But I think that I managed to make it work and managed to make everything fit really well together. You'll see here that we had got like 2 new coffee table styles. One's a bit more modern and one's a bit more like rustic, I guess. I love all of it. So the swatches are beautiful. The colors that we got, everything's sort of like very neutral, but still with like pops of color. This like soft blue is like one of my favorite colors. The coffee table is adorable. We got that new little sheep stool that's like a toddler seat. And just, I don't know, everything's just amazing. It's one of my favorite expansion packs that we have gotten in a really, really long time. They did really well with this one. All of the clutter pieces and just detail that they put into it and swatches and everything, it's just absolutely beautiful. So these boxes that you see me pulling out here, they are like puzzles and like game little objects. They're not like playable, obviously, they're just decoration, but they add that like family wholesome element that I've been longing for, and I know a lot of other simmers have been longing for as well. So I'm really happy to see them finally in the game. We got these new picture frames as well. I include these all over the house. They do look a little bit empty, but they are designed for you to put your own photos in. It's like family photo wall collages. Just chef's kiss on those items. They're absolutely exactly what we've been looking for. I think we have a couple of those that we got with the Moschino stuff pack. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the one. But these are just the shapes and everything, and the tones of the frames. They're just so much better, to be honest. So definitely obsessed with those. We have moved on very quickly into the dining room. It is a bit of a cramped space, but I get 2 high chairs because I imagine there being a toddler and an infant in this build, and it is a big family house, so I did include as many seats as possible. So I really love this dining room. I think it's very warm and inviting. I try to put like a little armchair in, but it just didn't fit, so we get a little bit of a side table, and I think just some photo frames up on the wall. The new rug that came with this pack is honestly my new favorite rug. I don't know, it's just the perfect size, and it has little tassel details on the edges, and the colors and the swatches, like just the patterns that it comes with, is just absolutely beautiful. So it's definitely going to be used a lot in my future builds because I'm obsessed with it. So this is where I pull out the little side table. I go for this one here in like this soft blue. The color scheme obviously is very blue, very warm tone, very blue. It's almost like giving blue suburban style, but I just love the soft blue color that we have in The Sims, and we have a lot of it, so it was very easy to make it work with using just base game and growing together. So yeah, but I tried to include a lot of kids items throughout this build as well, because as I said, I wanted it to be, or like feel really family friendly. So you'll see that I added some like arts and crafts, like kids mess everywhere in like every room. And there's like bags. I put some backpacks in here. We got three or four new mirrors with this pack as well. 4 new mirrors. So we've got this one here, which is absolutely just beautiful. This big wall mirror, I absolutely love it. We got like a wicker style one. We got like a metal framed freestanding one, and then a little metal framed one that I use in the bathrooms. So we got a lot of mirrors, which I'm super thankful for. They're all really nicely done. We got a couple of different wall sconces. I used some for the exterior and different ones for the interior. They're also just beautiful items. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just really impressed, guys. I think this pack is definitely worth it from a build buy perspective. As I said, I haven't done any gameplay yet because I haven't had a chance, because I've just been focusing on this one build. But I am a builder. That's what I do predominantly in The Sims. So for me, this pack is a win. I enjoy every item in the pack. As I said, there is that one plant that I wish was separated from the others. And there are a couple of, I guess, wall stickers or wall decals that I'm not really going to use. I think they're like tooth fairy ones, but I don't know. They're not my style or like my kind of item. So I probably won't use those, but I think overall the pack is a win. The bathroom stuff that we got, this new vanity sink and shower tub combo, is beautiful. It's just like the perfect style. It comes in the perfect swatches. I do change this back to the blue. As I said, I wanted the blue to be like the sort of color, I guess, with the color scheme, and I just felt like, I don't know, I just wanted to use more of the blue. I do also change the wallpaper in here and the flooring to more of like a brown color as well, because I don't know, the bathrooms just felt like they were standing out a little bit too much. But we have moved on now into the parents' bedroom. You will see that I did their ensuite bathroom off camera. I only include footage of that original bathroom, which is like kind of like the main downstairs bathroom, just because, as I said, there's like 4 bathrooms in this build and they're all using the same items. So to keep timing down, I decided to only include the one. Otherwise this video would have been even longer. But you'll see here, this is the new wardrobe dresser that we got, and the new mirror. This is the new double bed, and the new lamps that we got. I love all of this furniture. This is the other couch set that we got. Look at the swatches, guys. They're just beautiful. I spent so long just going through the swatches and just admiring it. I think the team did a fantastic job with all of the new items. And yeah, my favorite rug, again, just beautiful. So parents' room is pretty basic, as they usually are, but it kind of goes with the rest of the house, which is exactly what I wanted. We just pop some picture frames up, get some basic details for the side tables, my usual go-to clock, books, plants, photo frame, especially with just using base game. It was very limiting with doing like the teens room and also this master bedroom here, because there's not a lot of new items for, I guess, adult Sims and teens in this one, which makes a lot of sense. We did just get a lot of teen related items in the high school years EP, and obviously adult Sims have the most stuff that they can do. So makes a lot of sense, but I did struggle with those 2 rooms. So moving on, this is the object baby, the newborn baby's room. So for those of you who don't know, the babies that we had in the game already are now being referred to as newborns. I believe they did do some updates to the newborn life stage, so you can like take them out of their crib. I don't think they're locked completely to their cribs anymore, but again, haven't done any gameplay, so cannot 100% confirm that. But this room turns out super cute. We got that new bassinet, which is absolutely adorable. This is obviously one of the change tables. I was able to use the new curtains and rocking chair and kids rug in here. I did struggle with this room at first, just like the color scheme and what I wanted to do in here. I haven't done a nursery for an object baby for a very long time, because it was kind of like we had the same items, so it was just doing the same thing over and over again. So felt a little bit weird, but I had a lot of fun coming up with the color scheme. We kind of go for this like yellow, green, orange, warm, sort of gender neutral, I guess, color scheme, which is what I wanted for this one. These are some of the new clutter items that we got with the pack, which are obviously just adorable. And some of this stuff is base game as well, which my last video, it was the apartment renovation that I did for the Beta family, and in there I included like a little nursery as well. And I was looking for a change table, and I did say in that voiceover that I was disappointed that I couldn't find a change table, because the change tables do appear to be locked to the Growing Together expansion pack, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I don't like that it's locked to a pack, and I think that it should have been base game, at least one of them, because I think we get 3 new ones and I use all of them in this build, but we should have got some in the base game. But anyway, moving on, we are in the infants room now. This is a very heavily pink themed room, and I packed this room full of all of the new items that we got. So the new crib, it's like a modern little crib. It's so beautiful. It matches this side table that has the little bin for the nappies. I include the floor mat, the play mat thing, and the new toy box. It's just absolutely darling with all of the colors. I just love everything. As I said, that we got some new little toys. I do include those as well. I changed the wallpaper in here a little bit to some of the walls being like more of like just that neutral pink, like a really soft pink color. So I felt like the flowers were a bit overkill, but yeah, I just fill this room full of all of the new items. We got this little shelf hanging thing is just adorable. Some of the new stickers that we got are super, super cute. I feel like some of them are not as usable as I thought they would be, just like sizing and like where you can put them, but overall everything is just super, super cute. So I don't know, I just love everything, guys. I hope you like this room. This one's probably one of my favorite rooms that I decorated, as well as the teenagers room, even though I struggled in there a little bit. The teenagers room is just, I don't know, it's a color scheme that I haven't done in a while, so, but I will talk about that one more when we get there. But yeah, you'll see me here pulling out lots of different items, going through the catalog. This little like wicker freestanding, I guess, basket rack is super cute. And yeah, this room's pretty much come together now. I don't know, I'm super excited to play with infants and play in this house, because this house is just adorable. I don't know, it just feels really like Sims 3 generations to me, which is obviously a dream. But now we have moved on upstairs and we are in the toddler's room. So this is the new bed that we got for the toddlers. It is able to be converted from the crib downstairs into this toddler bed, and I also think back into a crib as well. So if you wanted to reuse the same bed for like a younger sibling kind of thing, like if your toddler outgrows it and turns into a child, you can reuse the same bed for like the next baby. So that's very cute for gameplay. I think it costs like 50 simoleons, and you have to have like high handiness skill to be able to do that, but you can also just pull it straight out of the catalog, which is what I did here. This was the room that I struggled with the most, just kind of like with the color scheme. And I wanted to use this particular change table, which matches the base game furniture that we already had. But I wanted to use this new bed because it's new and exciting. So this room ends up being like blue, green, and orange. And I kind of was just like going for like a jungly animal safari kind of theme, I guess. Just like pulling out all different toys and like clutter pieces. And I kind of imagined a little boy being in this room, so I kind of went for, I don't know, just like trucks and toys and things like that. And yeah, I don't know, I'm happy with how it turned out in the end. I do get to use the other lamp that we got with base game in here, which is this one with a little fox, which is just so cute. And this wall decal is probably my favorite one out of all of them. I just love it. I love the colors on it. The colors kind of like really inspired the rest of the room. Once I pulled that out, I kind of rolled with the like orange and blue theme. But this one here is the child Sims room. So again, using the new beds we got for children's Sims, and using them in these rainbow swatches. This room I imagined a little boy and little girl, maybe twins, living in together, so that's why it's kind of like a purple and blue theme. The boy in the blue bed side of the room ends up having like some space posters and things like that, and then I add like a unicorn poster and things like that on the girl's side. Again, you could really have any Sims in these rooms. They're not gender exclusive. It's just what I was envisioning as I was building this room and decorating it. So I'm really happy with how this one came out in the end, but I did actually do a little bit of planning on this one off camera, just with like the layout and like the wallpaper. I changed it so many times because it was a bit of a struggle trying to get the two like colors and different themes to match, but I started just pulling out all of these clutter items and these like new little bear like decor pieces that we got, and I just kind of made it like a really messy kids room, because I imagine that that's what this would be, having two twin child Sims in here. This room would be super, super messy, and I imagine these kids are just like super active, super like rambunctious kids that are just like running amok and I don't know, having the best time ever, riding their bikes and I don't know, just like super wholesome family stuff. So I imagine their room would be quite messy and cluttered because they have lots of stuff, lots of toys out. They're always doing stuff. So that's kind of like just the vibe I had to end up going for, as opposed to like a color scheme. And yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out in the end, but we are just wrapping up this particular room here. And then we move on into the teens room. The teens room ends up having the same bed as the parents do, which I don't think is a problem, but I don't know, if you guys want to change it, you definitely can. I was definitely missing high school years like stuff for this one, so I just kind of had to make do, and I kind of rolled more with like a color scheme as opposed to a storyline. So I wanted originally to do like a pink theme in here because I imagined it being like a feminine sim that likes pink. That was just my envision. Obviously, again, it's not gender exclusive. You could have a male sim, masculine sim in this room, but I imagined it being a teen girl, and so that's why I picked the pink sort of theme. But I end up having to swap it around a little bit just because there's no pink swatch on the new bed. So the closest thing that I could get was red, and I actually really enjoy it in the end. So I guess this is just a typical teens room. She likes art. I think that was the only thing that I thought of storyline wise, is that she was just into art. And yeah, these curtains as well come in some interesting swatches. I really like the plain swatches. The colored swatches are a bit hard to use for me personally, but I really do like them. I think they're just really well done. It would have been nice to get maybe a few more like more neutral swatches, but we can't have everything. But I do skip over me basically decorating this desk here. You'll see I've pulled out a lot of clutter. And I'm just kind of fitting it all in. I don't know why, but I was just having a really hard time finding things for this sim to include in their rooms. So I do cut some of the footage out because I think it was like 20 minutes of me just scrolling through the catalogue. But yeah, this is it. We get a little bookshelf up on the wall, which I don't think is accessible, but just this one here. I'm not sure if it's accessible, but I will play test before I upload to the gallery as always. This room here though ends up being the guest room, and it's the last room that I decorate on camera. So in here we get a bed with bedside tables, we get a little side table and a chair, and I also include the new freestanding piano. This one here, I'm not sure if it's called a freestanding piano, but it is something that I know a lot of people have wanted for a really long time, and I think that it is really useful, and will be really useful in a lot of builds where the big grand pianos just don't fit. So I'm happy that we got that object, and I think that it's really well done. It's super, super cute, and yeah, I think this is where I actually managed to fit in the plant item that I was talking about, because I just wanted to fit it in somewhere. You'll see that I just pulled out that little box. That's the keepsake box. That's like a gameplay item. I just wanted to include it. As I said, I sat there and scrolled through the build by catalog and made sure that I had used at least everything that could possibly fit into this one. So pull out these little suitcases, they're so cute, and another side table with just more like games and stuff, because I felt like that's what you'd have in like your spare room. This plant object here is the one that I'm talking about. I wish that it was separate, but alas, it is not. But anyway, we are wrapping up the build and moving into screenshots. So thank you so much for watching the video today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want to download it, you can do so from my gallery at arcadefox. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.
I could sit around and wait all day. You lay easy on my mind. Like a candle, I just burn away. All we really have is time. All we really have is time. I don't wanna waste it on anybody. Take it with anybody but you. I don't wanna waste it on anybody. Take it with anybody but you. What was it they used to say?